Hello, this is Darcie the Dog Trainer, owner and head trainer of CommuniCanine Training and Behavioral Counseling, where it's my passion and purpose to connect dogs and people. Now, so many people get a puppy because they think, I want to start from scratch and I don't want a dog with problems. But the reality is, problems can happen with any dog at any time, any age, no matter how they were raised. But if you follow these 3 simple steps, you can greatly minimize the chance of a problem happening with your dog as it gets older or with your current dog throughout the rest of its life. Step 1, make sure your dog gets sufficient exercise. I know that seems like common sense, but surprisingly, not enough dogs get sufficient exercise to fulfill their energy output needs. So you want to make sure that your dog, when he comes back from his walk, is content to crash out and have a nap for a little while. Now, some dogs, unfortunately, are inexhaustible, and I'll talk about how to deal with them in the next 2 steps. But for the average dog, you want to make sure they're getting at least a minimum of 45 minutes to an hour a day out, whether that's an on-leash walk, whether that's off-leash running, playing with other dogs, or going for a hike in the woods. It's going to depend on your dog as to what their particular energy needs are. But when they have sufficient exercise to get rid of all that excess energy, then you don't have a dog who's excessively barking at the windows nonstop because they don't know what to do with their energy, or getting into the garbage can constantly, or jumping on you, or ripping things up, or getting into stuff in the house, or knocking the kids over constantly, because they're tired and they're going to be spending a heck of a lot more time sleeping. Step 2, mental exercise. So this is one that a lot of people don't really consider, and it's really important. So I raised a puppy who was literally inexhaustible, and the only way I could get through my days with her when she was young, aside from giving her a good solid hike every day and other exercise as well, walking and outings with me and everything, was doing brain games with her. So, teaching her new tricks, playing Find the Cookie, doing treat balls. So I would feed her meals out of treat dispensing toys, so she'd have to roll them around to get the food out. And we did those things at least, 3 was a minimum, but on average 5 to 6 times a day or more with her, because I'm not kidding, she didn't sleep except at night. So, but most of you are going to have dogs who, when they get a good run, they may still have a bit of energy to burn, and then you do some mental games with them, and you can knock the rest of that energy down. Step 3, train the behavior you want to avoid problems from happening in the first place. For example, you don't want your dog to jump on people as a greeting. So in anticipation of the fact that they're likely going to jump on people, especially if you've got a young puppy, start teaching them a more appropriate greeting, like to run up to people and sit instead of jumping. And when they're holding a sit, they get attention and they get rewards and all the good things happen. So practicing behaviors that you want them to do in place of things you don't want them to do. If you don't want a dog that lunges and pulls on leash, then before that even starts, you start teaching them to walk on a loose leash. You work on loose leash manners. And if you're not sure what kind of problems may crop up, all you need to do is ask a trainer. Because believe me, after almost 20 years training, I can pretty much peg any problem that's likely to happen with your dog before it actually does happen. And they're so easy in most cases to mitigate. So if you implement these 3 simple things, proper physical exercise, proper mental exercise, and training the behaviors you want in place of the potential problem behaviors, you're not going to be guaranteed the perfect dog, but you're certainly going to be well on your way, and you're going to have a lot fewer problems than if you weren't doing those things. So have fun with your dog, and I'll see you next time.